welcome to episode 1 of my 7-part series, Learn How to Hula Hoop in 30 Minutes. This series is part of the free Hula Dancercise Hula Hoop Quick Start Guide. I've popped the link in the description below so you can go and download that right now. Before we cover the hula hoop technique, I think it's time I add in a little disclaimer. If you are new to hula hooping, it is really important to begin small because hula hooping is a contact form of movement. Therefore, you need to condition your body into this form of exercise. It's also completely normal for you to bruise when you first start hula hooping because your body is reacting to the contact. This isn't just weighted hula hoops, this is all kinds of hula hoops. If you're hula hooping on your hand, on your arm, on your leg, you will bruise. My best advice is to just listen to your body and to move when you feel good and ready to. It's really important to ease yourself into hula hooping, which is why I've spread the 30 minutes across the 7-part series so you can progress safely and comfortably without putting too much strain on your body. Before we move on to the technique, it's really important that you find the perfect hoop for you. This is the wavy 1.2 Hula Dancercise fitness hoop. Now, as you can see, there's power waves in the inside, and these will bump against your waist, your back, your hips, your abs, and it assists in stimulating your core. The 1.2 is a really great hula hoop for beginners because actually the heavier the hula hoop, the easier it is to keep up. Naturally, because of the power waves inside of the hula hoop, this is going to be a bit more intense. Then we've got the 0.9 kilogram Hula Dancercise Smooth Fitness Hoop, and as you can tell, there's no power waves in this one. I actually really love this hula hoop for dancing in, especially shuffling, moving around, because it's light enough to travel around with me, but also heavy enough to keep the momentum going. If I want to move really fast and I'm focusing on a cardio workout, the 0.9 kilogram is my absolute go-to. That being said, you can also achieve a fitness workout with the 0.9, and you can also dance with the 1.2. I actually find if I want to dance slower and I need something more controlled, the 1.2 is my best friend for that. If you use anything heavier than a 1.2, you're actually restricting yourself from moving around and dancing. If you're using it as a strength training tool, that's totally different. I personally wouldn't recommend using anything heavier than a 1.2 kilogram fitness hoop for a hula hoop workout. Something else that you need to consider is the size of the hula hoop. So the Hula Dancercise fitness hoops, these are 100 centimeters in diameter. You can take a section out if the hula hoop is too big and make it into 7 sections. Or if you feel you need more wiggle room, you can purchase an extra section to add in, making it to 9 sections to create a bigger hoop. Woo! There's also a size guide available in the Hula Dancercise Quick Start Guide. Now we're going to get started on our technique. So first things first, posture and alignment. Hula hooping is a contact form of movement. So therefore, the hula hoop has to be contacted to you when you start. At your lower back, that's where you want the hula hoop. Not too high, so avoid putting it too high, and not too low. Just right, just on your lower back. You want to make sure that your head is upright, your chest is lifted, your shoulders are down, you're activating your core, and your knees are gently relaxed. So don't lock your knees. Knees are gently relaxed. Now what I want you to do from here, we're not even going to start hula hooping yet. I just want you to just push the hula hoop in both directions to discover which way you prefer hula hooping. So you're going to give it a nice big push into your belly and just discover your way. Hopefully by now you've discovered a way that you think, oh, I could do this way. And then the other way you're like, oh my gosh, what is my brain doing to me? And that is your opposite direction. If you're hula hooping to the left, what I'd like you to do is place your left foot ever so slightly in front. A common thing that I see is a lot of people take a massive step forward, and actually this has become more restrictive. You only need to have your foot ever so slightly in front so you've got enough room for your hips to move front to back. And you can practice even just holding the hula hoop. You're going to be transferring the balance of weight in your feet. So you're rocking. It's like a rocking motion, and that is why you have to have your knees gently relaxed. And even just by doing this, I can feel my core working. So front to back, front to back, front to back, front to back. And another key note is, please do not curl. You're not curling under. You're not tucking the tummy under. You are literally push, 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 front to back, front to back. Try not to go out to the side either. So your hips are literally coming forward, 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 press, press. The next part is making sure with your arms that they're not too far forward and they're not too far back. That is key. I always advise where the sections are on the hoops to actually hold it there. You also want to make sure that the hula hoop is parallel to the floor and it's not top tip. Here, what you're going to practice, you're going to prepare. So you have to have a bend in the knee here as you're preparing. So from the front, it looks like this. The next part is, I always say, failure to launch, failure to hoop. And the reason being is you can't just go like this. You're not giving the hula hoop the push it needs to go around so it can create the momentum to keep going around you. What you have to do is give the hula hoop a big enough push so that it goes around you at least once, if not twice. So big push, 1, 2, and then I can catch it. So even just practice that before you start moving. Practice launching the hula hoop. So you're here, the hula hoop is upright, you're keeping your head upright and focused, core is engaged, prepare, and then big push, catch. And these are just great techniques to drill. The same principle applies if you're hula hooping to the right. So you're going to place your right foot ever so slightly in front. You're going to prepare, and this time you're preparing, bringing the hula hoop to the left. And then again, same principle. You have to give the hula hoop a big enough push into your belly for the hula hoop to go around you. Big push and catch. So get used to doing this. Prepare, be aware of your posture and alignment, keeping your core engaged. Big push and catch. Now we're going to start rocking front to back. So I'm going to place my left foot ever so slightly in front. I'm going to prepare. I'm going to do a big push. And what we want to do is wait for the hula hoop to go around you at least once before you start moving front to back. So we're going to go big push, then you're going to start moving front to back. And you can see my knees are gently relaxed. My head is upright. My shoulders are down, my chest is lifted. The transfer of weight in my feet of rocking front to back. And you can see the thrust, push, push. So I'm pushing into the hula hoop and pushing back. Now let's try it if you're hula hooping to the right. So placing my right foot in front, I'm going to prepare, big push, then you start to move front to back, front to back, front to back. And you can see, again, this is the posture. My head is upright and I'm pushing. So that is your front to back. So practice front to back. Now we're going to practice side to side. So your feet are shoulder width apart and then you've got a slight bend in your knees. You can prepare like this, but I do find because your feet are turned out, that's another key point, make sure that your feet are turned out and they're not parallel. Personally, I just find it feels a bit weird. So I like to do a little pivot turn on the ball of my foot. You can see I'm not overly turning, I'm actually turning enough so that both my knees are actually facing the same direction. So if we're going to hula hoop to the left, you're going to have a slight bend in your knees. And what I want you to do is to actually pivot and turn on the ball of your foot. So your preparation is in fact like this. As I come back, I put that heel down and then I go into the side to side. Again, you've got to find what works best for you. Of course, you can be here, you can prepare and do a big push. I just find it a bit more natural to actually turn into the hula hoop, prepare, my knees are aligned, big push, and then go side to side from here. Let me know in the comments which way you prefer. Do you prefer front to back? Do you prefer side to side? Yeah, let me know. I'd love to hear your feedback. One thing I would advise though is that personally I do promote front to back hula hooping, and the reason for this is because when you do want to start walking or doing turns or even dancing, the front to back variant is going to be your best friend. Now we're going to move on to our arms. When you first start hula hooping, it is completely normal to see people putting their arms up, or the arms, you just don't know where to place your arms. So in Hula Dancercise, we have what we call set position. And set position is literally just having your arms out in front like this. The reason why we encourage this is so that when you do want to start adding in any arm movements, your arms are already in this position for you to start using them. Of course, you can also place them on your shoulders as well for a rest. Something I'm often asked is, how do you keep it up? how can I save the hula hoop from falling? Rachie Babes is going to tell you her 4 top tips. Number 1, we have got the knock. So say for instance, if you are hula hooping to the left, if the hula hoop goes down, you're going to bend your knees and you're going to catch the hula hoop and knock it back up with your left hip. The hula hoop goes down, I'm going to bend my knees and knock it back up. So the reason why we use the left hip, that's the direction that you're hula hooping in, and therefore that is the direction that the hula hoop will react to actually create the momentum to bring it back up. The same principle applies if you're hula hooping to the right. So if your right foot is in front and the hula hoop starts to fall, you're going to bend your knees, you're going to catch the hula hoop and you're going to knock it up with your right hip. Something that's really important to note as well is that when the hula hoop starts to fall down, you have to react really quickly. Don't continue going the same speed or rhythm that you're doing when the hula hoop starts to fall, because that's not going to keep it up. What you have to do is you've got to pump the hula hoop up. So once you've created that momentum for the hula hoop to come back up, you have to pump it up. You've got to thrust, 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 front to back to create the momentum for the hula hoop to keep going. You've got to move faster to keep the hula hoop up. And I'm going to demonstrate that with number 2. So now we've got the wiggle. So this time your feet would be together to save this. I'm going to allow the hula hoop to fall. I'm going to bend and I'm literally going to shimmy and wiggle back up. Ready? Woo! And you can see the hula hoop moves faster as you're wiggling it back up. Then you've got to pump up the hula hoop to maintain that. Once you find your balance, you can then reduce the speed. Tip number 3 on how to keep the hula hoop up is turning. If you're hula hooping to the left and the hula hoop you feel is starting to fall, what you can do is you want to have your left leg as your standing leg, and you want to push off your right leg and you're going to turn, and as you can see, as I turn, it creates the momentum for the hula hoop to come back up as you lift that knee. It falls. And then we'll try it to the right. So if you're hula hooping to the right, you're going to have your right leg as your standing leg, and then you're going to push off your left foot when the hula hoop starts to fall, and then bring it back up. And as you can see, the hula hoop, it just goes faster. It's like, I'm back up, I'm back up. And my last tip for keeping the hula hoop up is the scoop. So the scoop, this one, you do sort of like, you catch it on your back and you're literally as if you're scooping it up. This is really important to be aware of the direction you're hula hooping. So if you're hula hooping to the left and the hula hoop starts to fall, you're going to bend, scoop it back up. So you really have to, you're bending to the left, you're scooping around, catching on your back and bringing it back up. But let the hula fall, you're going to... The same principle applies if you're doing it to the right. So you're going to bend, you're going to scoop around to the right and bring it up. And when you go like this, you have to go, ooh. And as you go there, ooh, you got to do, ooh, ooh. So the hula hoop falls down, ready? I'm going to bend, scoop it up. Let me know in the comments which one of those work for you. I'm also saying, you need to have speed to pump up the hula hoop and to bring the hula hoop back up. But that also includes using your upper body and your hips. The faster you thrust, you're building up the speed, but you have to also use your upper body. My hips are going front to back, and then I'm going to start using my upper body. So as you would if you were running, use your arms to build up speed. The same principle applies to build up speed in your hula hoop. So I'm pushing front to back, and then I'm using my arms, and you can see, and then control it. Lovely. Now, this can be really complicated when you first start hula hooping, because you'll often find you're trying to engage your upper back, but you're just there like trying to do it. It is a bit of a connection part. You have to get used to actually hula hooping first before you start using your upper body. But hey, try it and see how you get on. One thing that's really important when you're hula hooping is to not actually look down at the hula hoop. If you look down, it's likely that your core will disengage and the hula hoop is more likely to fall. What I also advise is avoid hula hooping in circular motion, because if you do hula hoop, I can't even do it. If you hula hoop in circular motions, you're actually slowing down the hula hoop and it's a lot harder to control. So front to back or side to side. I really hope you found episode 1 really helpful. Stay tuned for episode 2 and don't forget to, drop me a comment below how you found this episode. And of course, you've got that free Hula Dancercise quick start guide waiting for you to download in the description below.